Hi, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a boot lid replacement on the Passat B5.5 Estate. This is why. So we've basically got to disconnect this. You're going to take these off, these two bolts, those two bolts. You're going to take this out here, and that runs inside through here, and then some of the wiring goes down there, and also there's like a screen wash thing here as well. They connect underneath. I've already disconnected the plug, so the plug's there, and it attaches to this, which I've disconnected, and where's the plug? Just there. Can't see that. Just there, that plug right there, a socket. Jesus, it's a bit awkward, as you can tell, but that's the socket that this plugs into. So you can get away with not having to pull this off, but yeah, we're going to take the other side out. This is what it looks like on the other side. So you'd have to push this while you pull, and you'll hear the clips unclipping like that, and then if you push from the inside towards the back, you should release the clips like that. You'll get some come out of there and stay inside the frame, inside here, which you can see there. You can actually pull them out and then put them back in the trim. Right, so when you're taking these wires off from this side, be careful about this one. This one goes to the airbags on that right hand side there, you can see with the yellow, so be careful you don't tug that off. See these clips here? I'm just going to break mine off and either use cable ties or tape it up. Just disconnect this if I can get to it with my gloves on. Right, basically you're going to disconnect that. I'm going to have to put the camera down to do it. And then basically there's these clips here. There's a clip there, wire here. Don't yank that when you're yanking the other stuff. So just untangle it here. That's it. Get these clips off. Like that. And then you've got another clip here. Needs coming off. Like that. There's one clip. I'm going to have to undo this because it's actually stopping me from pulling the headlining down a bit more, but there's another clip up there which needs taking off. So they're stuck in there. I just used like a spanner head, get underneath the grommet, push it through. You'll probably have to clean the holes. These holes, you're going to have to clean them out a bit. These little what you call it, arms, just got to put your flathead underneath, unclip it, and that should release. But that's just totally off. I'll sort that out afterwards. Right, so these have been fed back through again, these wires, and on this side it's been fed back through. That one now get attached, cable tied down here, and then it'll get reconnected to the socket under there and the screen wash pipe. So now we've got to connect that, so we've got to put the nut back on there. We'll have to connect this to the bulb in the headlining. Just going to cable tie all these points and these, and then put the plastics back in again. But what we'll do is we're going to take these plastic plug things out of here, fix them to the plastic again, the trim, and then basically clip them all in. Putting the clips back on here, just taking them out of the body, put them back in here so it's easier to put in. That's the bit that goes into the trim, so this one will be on this side. So you slip that in first, like that. Behind the trim. So if you point the camera where this is going in, like that, then you're only going to need to push it behind this here, where you'll see like that, and line up the clip on this side here. So I'm going to have to turn the camera off while I do that. Right, so this trim piece, that's going to have to go in before the, I mean you could do the left side first or the right side first, it doesn't really matter, but you'll have to put this in the one side first, whichever one you decide to do first. Line it up like this in here, so the clips are going into the right places. Might have to do a bit of manoeuvring, get a little bit of the clip in first, like that, and then you should get that one needs moving along a little bit, like that. Then that should all line up. Just get this rubber seal over the plastic. Like that. Make sure you got it up back, and then just give it a, and then that should be held in place. Yep. And then you can put the other trim on. So yeah, I'll clip these in and then I'll show you. So once you've put the trim in, it should be like this. Just make sure you've got these seals over the edges. Right, so that's all done. These have been tightened. Don't over tighten them because they're aluminium. Seals are in. I've hooked up these again. Might need somebody to help you hold the boot lid up like I did while you put these in. Just put the one bolt in on each hinge, hold it up until it lines up, and then put the other bolts in, and then alternate when you're tightening them. Don't over tighten it, keep it slightly loose, not like loose enough for it to be able to move when you shut the boot lid. Make sure all the electrics are working. Press the handle on the boot lid to make sure the electric boot release is working, so that when you shut it you can open it again, and then gently let it go up and tighten them up again. Probably best to torque them up to spec really, but I just kind of tightened them without over tightening them. But yeah, they're aluminium. It screws into aluminium, so be careful when you're screwing them in. I hope you find the video useful. If you do, please consider hitting the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe as it helps the channel grow. Cheers.